Hello and welcome to Pluribus Unum's Fireside Chats. Not as good as FDR's, but hey, it's something. Now, as you can see, we've got a ton of these tabs up here, and this is a visual one, as you can see. Moving the mouse around. So anyways, first, let me give you a bit of a update on the things. This is my group so far for, not so far, because they're things I want to keep a surprise. As you can see, there's this ideology test essay, but it said that. That's because, you know, I gotta write a lot of things for college and that kind of stuff. That's probably not gonna affect videos too much, because I mean, I power through it because I really want to do this channel. So yeah, nothing to really worry about here. Like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, okay, stop making stuff here. I gotta do college because, well, not much else to do if that's the case. So, but first, we're gonna go over the news, and then the party of the day, and these. Okay, first we're gonna start off with arguably the most important one. Why Michael Cohen agreed to plead guilty and implicate the president. Prosecutors had reams of evidence and a long list of counts, which also could have included the lawyer's wife. First of all, don't use reams. It's not that nice of a word. But anyways, Michael Cohen's basically pleaded guilty on accounts of campaign finance fraud. Like he used the money to pay off Stormy Daniels. But then again, I'm like I legitimately do not care that Trump had a prostitute. I don't really care at all. The issue is, you know, where did the money come from, and it seems that campaign finance laws are the reason for that. The money that he's spent on Stormy Daniels was from the campaign. Yeah. That's pretty much all I gotta say about this story in particular, even though it is the quote-unquote biggest story. I will say, though, none of the stuff that he has stated here has anything to do with Russia, despite the fact that Trump is trying to say, like, you know, the whole witch hunt. But, you know, whatever. So anyways, now let's move on to the next story. Elizabeth Warren's new reform bill would ban members of Congress from owning individual stocks. Senator Elizabeth Warren proposed a bill that would ban members of Congress and the White House staff from owning individual stocks. Pretty much this is a ban on lobbying that has been long overdue. Me and Elizabeth Warren, of course, have our differences. Some relating to, you know, her use of identity politics. I'm not particularly a fan of it. And some of it being, you know, her being a bit of a coward. But this piece of legislation and some, you know, things about, like, well, if you're endorsing Kevin De Leon, why not endorse Warren? So I decided to officially bite the bullet and endorse Elizabeth Warren. Because, I mean, come on, she is the third best senator at the current moment in the Senate. So, I mean, again, not much to really say here that has been said by a lot of other progressive news sources. So I guess this one's not particularly kind of a story, but a kind of a hit piece use per se. Why Medicare for All is playing poorly in Democratic primaries. It may be a rallying cry for progressives, but it's not translating to electoral success in swing districts. Most of the prominent Democrats eyeing 2020 presidential bids, including Senators Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, Cory Booker of New Jersey, Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, campaigned the idea of Medicare for All. Notice how they left out Bernie Sanders. Huh. I know he's not particularly a Democrat, but, I mean, he's done literally all but say that he's going to run. The notion of a government-funded healthcare has proved a tough sell for Democratic voters in swing states that will determine control of the House. Many Democratic candidates who have made the centerpiece of their campaigns in key districts this year have lost their primaries, in some cases getting clobbered by rivals who offered vaguer healthcare plans or back to an incremental approach. I mean, pretty much this whole thing has been trying to say, like, you know, don't support Medicare for All because that's a bad idea. To which I say, no. They've been saying, like, oh, some people who support Medicare for All haven't been winning. So what? A lot of people have been supporting different legislations and have won and lost at respective times. People want Medicare for All. Ergo, people at this point just want Medicare for All. End of discussion. Now this one is kind of going to be a video response. If I get a copyright strike, we can go sue the Washington Post. I skipped parts of the video where I kind of agree with him, but I'm just gonna respond to this claim that he makes. Sanders defends Pelosi, saying Nancy has done a good job, because the article is not here, because Washington Post is like, hey, pay up. Okay, so let's see what he has to say.
Target for the Republicans and for the president, obviously, is Nancy Pelosi. Even some Democrats say that she needs to go. Her response is, they come after me because I'm effective. Is she an effective leader?
Yeah, I think Nancy has done a good job. Let me say what she may not say. I think it's also the fact that she's a woman. I think they have demonized it. The Republican Party is bankrupt intellectually. They are not going to campaign on their views of giving tax breaks to billionaires and cutting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. So they have to come up with some demon. I guess their demon now is Nancy Pelosi.
Well, we recently...
Okay. This was the House when Nancy Pelosi was first leader of the House. She was Speaker at this point. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, this is Nancy Pelosi. Democrats, majority. Okay. Look, Democrats still the majority. This was the next election. This is the... the last one was like 2006. This is like 2008. Okay. Notice that this one's different because apparently this is the Spanish version. Okay. The next election rolls around. Okay. Democrats aren't doing so hot at the moment. So maybe next election, Nancy Pelosi can win the party back. She got rid of the independents or the vacant seats. Now all she's got to do is make this wave go to a complete blue wave. No, she lost a lot of seats, actually. okay, maybe we can win this one. Let's check the most recent Congress. We won a couple seats. It's like, Bernie, I love you, dude, but you're just wrong. Nancy Pelosi is a bad leader. The Democratic Party's gotta dump her. They gotta dump her. They gotta dump her like last week's garbage. She hasn't been doing hot in a lot of time. Get rid of her. That's all I gotta say on the matter. There's not much else to really say about Nancy Pelosi. You know, dump her. Now the next story is kind of the interesting, sad one. In a statement released Friday, the McCain family said the Arizona senator has chosen to end medical treatment for glioblastoma. McCain was diagnosed with an aggressive form of the cancer last summer. John has surpassed expectations for his survival, they said. Now, it's just, like, I mean, there's not much to really. Again, there's not much really to say with the stories. It says right here, last summer, John McCain shared with the Americans that the cancer, he's going to be ending the treatment. That's it, and really. I mean, not to be morbid, but we're going to be seeing the results of that decision in the future. But anyways, on to a more lighter note. A white nationalist party. Okay. This is the political party that we're going to be talking about today. Looks so good so far. Far right, white nationalist, white Americans. I don't need this core question. Okay. The American Freedom Party, formerly the American Third Position Party, or the A3P, is a third position American political party that promotes white nationalism. In November 2009, it filed papers to get on the ballot in California, and it was launched in January 2010. Another white nationalist party in California. What a surprise. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, it was created to channel the right-wing populist resentment endangered by the financial crisis of 2007 to 2010 and the policies of the Obama administration. Now, first let me briefly go over what third position is, because many people don't understand. Third position is kind of like the centrist third wave philosophy of Bill Clinton and Tony Blair, except it's like the super different. It's a different version. Like, basically, the idea is let me try and simulate this in. I guess I could simulate this in Paint. Like, you know how centrists kind of place themselves over here, like in the center, but like how political compass scales kind of like do the thing of, like, you know, the authoritarian left is up here, the authoritarian left is like around here, and the libertarian right's over here. Authoritarian right is up here, and basically third position would be placed up here. Basically, like, their idea is that they are like super far right. This is the far right I'm representing with this on like their social policy, but super far left when it comes to their economic policy. An example of a person that I would classify under the third position political ideology, and do they have him here? No, I'm surprised they don't even have him here as an example. A couple of notable far-right parties make examples, but there's only one person that I think actually adheres to the third position actual philosophy, and that would be Lyndon LaRouche. Because look at his social policy, he's like super far right, but his economic policies, he's actually been like historically a Marxist. But anyways, back to this party. The party chairman is the attorney named William Daniel Johnson. It's participated in a lot of. It's run a couple of candidates. More example is like in 2012 they had Merlin Miller. I don't think they have a. I'm pretty sure they don't. Oh, they have a picture of him. He's this film director as their nominee. Super paleoconservative kind of guy as their nominee in 2012. And in 2016, Ken Givenden was nominated to be their candidate. Does he have a C-SPAN thing? I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is a different Ken Givenden. Like Whitaker and Bob Whitaker was chosen to be the vice president, and he was known for being the one who coined the white genocide conspiracy theory. This is so advertiser friendly, but as you can see by a certain name popping up, they seem to have dropped their support for their candidates to this guy. People wonder why he's why people call him a white nationalist. But anyways, now you may see on Twitter that I posted a quiz thing. They were quizzes that I could have taken. These are the quizzes in question that were the choices. This one I made myself, but since the only votes were for the vote quiz and the political compass quiz, I'm going to be taking those instead. And I'm actually going to be going through like a ton of these little sections because the vote match quiz is so short and so like easy. I might as well oh, hold on. I'm actually going to do a special political quiz from my old pal website, newgrounds.com. If you're wondering why I'm... Hold on. If you're wondering why I'm messing this up, it's because I record these in the dark. Because I'm such a social recluse. I'm taking this third one just to make you guys some more... Woof! I did not need that in my feed. Ooh. Ugh. I don't need people to be seeing that. I mean, I didn't go through that one. Come on. Did I mess it up? Was I supposed to put like tests? You're literally gonna be such a stickler that I have to put political test. Okay, ready? Where in the political spectrum are you? Do you believe in government that uses tax money to fund healthcare, education, and infrastructure for the better of the people of society? Well, yeah. Oh no! But anyways, enough of that. Okay, so like this one's really easy because all you just gotta do is put questions. I've done this test a million times. I can literally just do them without saying them, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt in saying, and actually, yes, clicking the ones I want. Abortion is a woman's unrestricted right. Yes. Legally requiring hiring more women and minorities. Nah. Comfortable with same-sex marriage. Yep. Keep God in the public sphere. Nope. EPA regulations are too restrictive. Nope. Make voter registration easier. Yep. Stricter punishment reduces crimes. Meh. Absolute right to gun ownership. Meh. Expand Obamacare. Now, this is a trick question because I checked, if you click support all the way, it means universal health care. Vouchers for school choice. Nope. Prioritize green energy. Yes. Marijuana is a gateway drug. Nope. Stimulus better than market-led recovery. Higher taxes on the wealthy. Yep. Nope. Support and expand free trade. No. Expand the military. Nope. Support American exceptionalism. Hold on. I have to keep checking this one. It's always purple because I always gotta make sure again. Okay. Ready for my quiz? You see, first we're gonna start off with 2016 presidential primaries. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. C. Jill Stein, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Lincoln Chafee, Jim Webb, Martin O'Malley, James... No, wait, that wasn't Jim Webb, that was Tim Kaine. James Webb, Roseanne Barr, Gary Johnson, Chris Christie, Rand Paul, George Pataki, Ben Carson, Jeb Bush, Lindsey Graham, Mike Huckabee, Donald Trump, John Kasich, Marco Rubio, Carla Fiorina, Mike Pence, Jim Gilmore, Bobby Jindal, Ted Cruz, Rick Santorum. Those are from the 2016 candidates, plus Roseanne. Okay, now let's check congressional leaders. Patrick Leahy, Richard Durbin, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Steny Hoyer, Harry Reid, Steve Scalise, John Cornyn, John Boehner, and Mitch McConnell. Ugh. Now let's check political parties. This one might be interesting. Green Party, Democratic Party, Natural Law Party, Libertarian Party, Reform Party, Tea Party, and GOP. Wow, I keep forgetting, like literally, like, woof. Okay, now let's check cabinet members. These are like Secretary of Labor, Secretary of State, if you're a dum-dum and you don't know. John Kerry, Robert Reich. You see, this is something I've always noticed about the vote match quiz. It's always like, you always, like, the one I always, like, legitimately like more is always the one that is number 2. Like, the one that I want as my favorite is never the first choice. It's always the second choice. But, yeah. I like Robert Reich a whole lot more than John Kerry. These guys are really not important. I don't really care about them. Now let's check past presidents, because this is interesting. Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, Al Gore, Lyndon Johnson, John F. Kennedy, Harry S. Truman, Dwight Eisenhower, Richard Nixon, George Bush Sr., Dick Cheney, he wasn't a president, but whatever, Gerald Ford, George W. Bush, Dan Quayle, not a president, but whatever, and Ronald Reagan. Supreme Court justices. Wait, let me guess. Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Of course, it's always Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And Antonin Scalia's number at the bottom? Yes. Anthony Kennedy? Remember when this guy was a Supreme Court justice? Remember when that guy was a Supreme Court justice? Okay, 2016 Senate race. Okay. I'm gonna check first top 10 incumbents. I forgot to click it, didn't I? Okay, oof. Al Franken, remember this guy? Remember when he used to be senator? You see, this is weird, because it's like, Bernie Sanders is all the way at the bottom, but like, I got Ed Markey. Like, Al Franken I can buy, maybe if they put Elizabeth Warren here too. Oh, and I forgot, they also show my top bottom. James Inhofe, Jerry Morey, Jim DeMint. Ooh, Richard Burr. We're gonna be seeing that name again soon. Just for the thing, I'm also gonna go to my, like, I don't want to waste too much time on this one, so I'm only gonna do North Carolina. First I'm gonna do incumbents and then North Carolina. See, this one is like Deborah Ross, Kay Hagan, Sean Hach, the Libertarian, Chris Wray, Gunn, Paul Wright, and Richard Burr. It's like, yeah, I didn't expect, like, I mean, the only thing that Deborah Ross really, has, like, against her for me is, the fact that she's not for Medicare for all. But whatever, I'll let that slide. I had a friend who met Deborah Ross. I wish I had permission to show the picture. It's nice. Anyways. But I clicked top 10 incumbents, didn't I? I guess it won't show top 2 incumbents. So I guess I'll just skip to the North Carolina gubernatorial race. Roy Cooper, Ken Spalding, and Pat McCrory. Obviously, Ron Sissel is just... Is it Ron Sissel or Lon Sissel? You know, just to show you another one of my points. The Florida gubernatorial race, not gubernatorial, senatorial race. Alan Grayson, the one that I like. Oh! This time they actually show Alan Grayson as number 1. Well, technically they're tied, but whatever. But yeah, whenever I've always taken this test, Alan Grayson was put at number 2, but now they finally put him right where he belongs, number 1. But anyways, the big city mayors: Rocky Anderson, Rahm Emanuel, Cory Booker, Michael Bloomberg, Bill de Blasio. I don't care about most of these other guys. Oh, there's Rudy Giuliani. $9.11 to come into my campaign event. And now we're going to look at political pundits. You know, these are the people that are like, they're not actually like politicians, but they're like people who know enough about politics to make qualified predictions. And rightfully so, on the top we have Robert Reich. Then Ariana Huffington. I don't know who she is. Let me look up briefly who she is. It says here, former independent challenger for California governor. But I mean... Oh, she created the Huffington Post? Cool. Anyways, Noam Chomsky. That's kind of a no-brainer. Left-wing anarchist. I'm kind of close to that. Ayn Rand. Cato Institute, Milton Friedman, and Rush Limbaugh. Oof. I'm not a fan of any of those people. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take the political compass test. Keep in mind, I've already taken this test like recently. You know, for my American government class, but I'm gonna take it again just for you guys because you voted on it. First, we're gonna be doing the parts where it's like to see how you see the country in the world, just to see how if economic globalization is inevitable, then it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Strongly agree. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. Disagree. No one chooses his or her country to be birthed, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Kind of agree. Our race has many superior qualities compared to other races. Strongly disagree. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Disagree. Military action that defies international law, sometimes justified. Strongly disagree. There is now worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Disagree. I don't really care if that's the case. People are ultimately divided more on class than nationality. Kind of agree. Because, you know, the rich billionaires that control Saul have more things to control over us than, you know, the racism and stuff. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I guess kind of disagree. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment. They require regulation. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, I was kind of distracted with something. Strongly agree. This is actually a no-brainer. I was just kind of distracted with something. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. I put disagree just because it's a Karl Marx quote. I don't really understand what the quote means. It is a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled and branded consumer product. Kind of disagree. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I guess I kind of agree with the idea. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money to control nothing and contribute nothing. Yeah, I strongly agree. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Strongly agree. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver on profit to its shareholders. Disagree. The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly disagree, my friend. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Disagree because, everybody should have universal health care. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Agree. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of a predator multinationals to create monopolies. Yeah. The free market that frees the people, not necessarily. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. Strongly disagree. All authority should be questioned. Yeah, I guess agree. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Nope. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up many theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Disagree, agree. Gets disagree technically. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Disagree. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should stay to their own. Disagree. Good parents sometimes have to debate their kids. I've never had kids, so I really don't know about the experience, but I'm gonna say agree. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Agree. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations to find jobs. I guess technically it's in between these two, but I'm gonna just say disagree. People with serious and inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Strongly disagree. Let everybody have sex with whoever they want. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Disagree. There is no savage or civilized people. There are only different cultures. I'll put disagree because it says about the different cultures part. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not be expected society's support. Again, technically no. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it. Disagree. Get help if you're troubled. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their country. Strongly disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for us. Strongly disagree. No broadcasting institution, however independent, is content should be receiving public funding. Disagree. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Strongly agree. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments and delays process in a democratic political system. Disagree. It's a bad idea. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Disagree. Everybody should be kind of paranoid about it. The death penalty should be optional for the most serious crimes. agree because, you know, if crime is bad enough, sure, there's some people that are just too far gone. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Disagree with the idea of like me. Just the word commanded makes me disagree with it. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything at all shouldn't be considered art at all. Disagree. Art is subjective. In the criminal justice system, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Disagree. It is a waste of time to rehabilitate some criminals. Agree. Yet some people are just too far gone. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. No. And it's not just because I have a lot more respect for the arts than business people, but still. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Strongly disagree. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant and genetic resources for developing countries. Yeah. Strongly agree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Disagree. Don't make peace. Fight back. Astrology accurately predicts many things. Strongly disagree. You cannot be moral without being religious. Strongly disagree. You can. I'm proof. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping generally disadvantaged. Strongly disagree. Some people are naturally unlucky. Disagree. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. Strongly disagree. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. Strongly disagree. Very strongly disagree. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Strongly agree. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be illegal for the adult population. Yeah, strongly agree. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults has no business at the state. Strongly agree. No one can naturally feel homosexual. Strongly disagree. It's genetics. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Disagree. Now let's see where I stand. Okay, ready, and... This is different than the scores that I got from my version of the test, but maybe that's because I was rushing through this. Like, I mean, my difference isn't much. It's usually like... It's just in this section. There's not much really. I don't believe we need to focus on the whole. This, like, negative 6.25. Who really cares? Although I will bring up one thing that I don't like about the political compass test. Like, here's the political compass test about the 2016 candidates. You know, this kind of makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense. No brainers. But 2012, these are primaries. This is the general. Rocky Anderson's here. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. I would expect him a bit more up here, but makes sense, does not make sense, makes sense. I mean, this doesn't make sense. He should be down there, but this does not make sense. He should be over here, and I can explain why. Rocky Anderson literally went to create the Justice Party just so he could be a left-wing alternative to Obama. This was their old test where it put like these like Ralph Nader, David Cobb, and Socialist Party candidates. And this is 2008. The Libertarian Party candidate is actually up here. Like, the thing is, Rocky Anderson supported Nader and Dennis Kucinich. I think I forgot to show the Dennis Kucinich part. But he supported their campaigns. I don't get why he's suddenly shafted on this side. But anyways, that was it for this video. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified when a future video of mine comes out. And if you want more political content from me, you can go to my website, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Quora, and leave a suggestion below for any future things you want to do. Maybe leave a question and I could answer it in the next episode of a Pluribus Unum Fireside Chats. Bye.